What's up everyone? Welcome to the video. Today we're gonna discuss why the sexual past of a woman matters so much. This is very important when you're considering a long-term relationship with a woman. It is important because it's the easiest way to find out if this woman is a long-term material or not. So look guys, something that you should remember. In cases you're considering inviting her into your life, you gotta know that this woman will be seriously interested in your material future. And what I mean under material future is your ability to provide security and stability for her and for the children that you're gonna probably create together. I mean that she's interested in your ability to be a problem solver, in your ability to deal with complicated situations. She's interested if you are capable of being a leader of the family, a leader of the household. And because she's so much interested in what you are capable of, because she's so much interested in your future, you have to be passionately interested in her sexual past, and I'm gonna explain why. If a woman was promiscuous, if she had a lot of sexual partners, men, women also nowadays, if she lost her virginity at a very young age, her chances of forming, of building a monogamous long-term relationship with one single man become lower and lower. And I'm gonna explain you why. Women have sex differently than men. Every time a woman has sex, she invests a lot of emotions in it. And the amount of these emotions is not endless. I mean, sooner or later, the fuel runs out, spread among different partners, and the woman becomes unable to form a monogamous emotional bond to one single person. The statistics show that the probability of divorcing a woman with a lower notch count are much, much lower, and there's a logical explanation for that. Usually women with a lower notch count are much more submissive. uh, they will support your goals, they will support you throughout the completion of your mission. They will willingly enter your frame, and by doing that, they will provide a real traditional feminine value to your life, which is something really, really important. This is my favorite part. This is the part where usually a lot of people, especially those who are influenced, by the modern feminist agenda, start complaining and calling all I've just mentioned double standards. Why is it okay for men to have more sexual partners and for women to be condemned? Men and women, however, as I already mentioned, we're not the same. Even if you take a look at the basic stuff, men have higher testosterone levels, women have higher estrogen levels. Even our hormonal composition implies a totally different behavior on the sexual marketplace. You know, what's important for women is that they're born with a certain value that they must protect throughout their life. you know, Men, on the other hand, the game is a little bit different for us. So, women are born with a certain value that they must protect throughout their life. It means that uh, the more men she slept with, the lower her value becomes. You know, the higher the notch count, the lower the value gets. If you don't believe me, you can simply take a look, how promiscuous women were treated throughout ages. Promiscuous women were always treated as a low quality material, and this is something that's never gonna change. This is why women have to protect their value. Men, on the other hand, as I already mentioned, the game is a bit different for us. We're born without any value, and we must fight throughout our lives to build it, to build our value and to prove ourselves in front of the world. So this is something very important. It's a huge difference between men and women. So in order to summarize what I just said, if you are considering, a long-term relationship with a woman, you have to be passionately interested in her sexual past, because it's the easiest way to find out if she's a high quality material or not. What you want, what you want to get from a long-term relationship, possibly a marriage, is a woman that is emotionally committed to you. Do not agree for something that is less than 100% emotional commitment. So I'm gonna wrap it up here, guys. Let me know in the comments what you think. Hit the like button if you like the video, if you like the information I just shared with you, and I'm gonna see you in the next video. Bye bye.